All right. Hello and welcome everyone to another of the 2022 Builds Refresh videos. We are finally to my favorite Warframe, PROTEA, who happened to recently get a free giveaway for anyone that watched the Summer Game Fest stream where DE made an appearance talking about the new TennoCon stuff. So a bunch of people that didn't have PROTEA before have PROTEA now. And I would like to tell you all, please be careful. If this frame gets used too much, we don't want it to be on a radar. We don't want anything bad to happen. I like this frame a whole lot. So let's just keep it on the down low, okay? We don't need to shout the praises of PROTEA too loud, but I am going to tell you about how good she is in this video. So let's get started. First and foremost, PROTEA has a number of different good builds and a lot of different ways that you can build her, but generally, my preferred two different builds for her are this one, which is more focused on just like very casually doing non-steel path stuff and just like being able to kind of do whatever content, just having a ton of range that is going to allow your blaze artillery to fire across the entire open world, or give you a ton of range on your shrapnel vortexes, your blade nades, in order for those to be able to just absolutely wipe out low-level enemies. And that is going to be a huge amount of clear and just a very simple thing to do for PROTEA. That is supported by Dispensary. Dispensary is going to be the source of all of the good things to happen with energy, in that this is going to give you energy orbs. This is going to sustain you between this and Arcane Energize. You are going to be more than well sustained by Dispensary. Now, it is worth noting that you can go with Streamline instead of Primed Flow, especially if you don't have Primed Flow or if you don't have Energize. Energize and Primed Flow do synergize with one another because Energize gives you so much energy that having the additional energy max is helpful. So if you're not using Energize, then you can option select into Streamline, and that may perform better for you. That's probably what I would do if I didn't have any rank of Energize. Although Energize is pretty good even at its lower ranks now, because they did buff it to have that 60% chance. Even like you're just getting the higher energy amounts as you upgrade it. So even with that rank 1 Energize that everybody got from the most recent or the Nightwave before this one, that's going to be definitely enough to consider running Flow or Prime Flow, and just a consideration. Also on this build, new addition, used on Octavia as well, but on kill, that 0.24% ability strength stacking 250 times. This is really good for low-level clear stuff. And also, I should clarify what I mean by low-level clear. What I mean is like literally the entire star chart and anything at sortie level. Like as long as it's not Steel Path, and honestly, trash Steel Path enemies also die, you're going to throw your Blade Nades, your Shrapnel Vortex, part of your one, and it's going to kill enemies. It constantly procs slash and ignores armor, and it also provides a stumble, and they're just really good. Honestly, I think that the Shrapnel Vortexes are one of the most underrated things that this ability does. Also, you have your shield satellites, which are going to be where you're going to get the vast majority of your survivability. And by the vast majority, I basically mean all of it. Not only do you get an enhanced duration on your shield gate whenever it would break if you have a shield satellite, it also is going to constantly regenerate your shields and give you a gigantic overshield, which is going to be very good at protecting you, basically being completely unbreakable in non-steel path. And in the steel path, it's only going to break sometimes as long as you appropriately control the battlefield. Also, PROTEA has Larva. No, surprise, surprise, this is not her inherent fourth ability. Her fourth ability by default is that she can start a thing that allows her to go back to the point with when you started, and it's just Tracer's ult. For those of you that have played Overwatch, which is most people, or you know what that means, it's just that. It's not good, but it's a spot that we can replace, because getting rid of any of these other abilities would be pretty difficult. Now, for Steel Path, I like to mix it up a little bit. When you're doing Steel Path, you want it to be comfy. You want to be safe. You want to chill. And for that, of course, we have Gloom. Yes, post it in the comments. I know you all hate Gloom so much, but I'd stop doing it if it wasn't the right choice to make things more comfortable. And PROTEA is arguably the single best user of Gloom because of her passive. As you can see, we're on the exact same build, except for we have growing power, and honestly, that's it. That's the difference here. Besides, we are also using Arcane Aegis. Arcane Aegis is not necessary at all, although an unranked Arcane Aegis did just become very, very good. If you don't have an unranked one, I'd really suggest you getting one, as it's a great tool for survivability. But this can still be that Molt Augmented. But in the Steel Path, your 2 is a lot better because Blaze Artillery scales based on number of enemies that it hits, and the Steel Path is rife with enemies. So you really don't need the extra strength, and Blaze Artillery is going to be able to take care of most things. And like I said, your 1 can still kill stuff. If you want to kill stuff even harder, Molt Augmented is great. But for that little bit of survivability and just the nice chillness, Arcane Aegis is fantastic. Now, with Gloom, her passive comes into play. Her passive is that every 4th power cast is granted 100% ability strength, which means for the purposes of Gloom, we are switched to growing power, which is 25%, and we are going to make sure that Gloom is our 4th ability cast, so it has an additional 100% strength, which is going to persist for the entire duration that we're running the ability, which means that we're actually at over 230% strength for Gloom, which is a massive, powerful slow, and with the range that we build on Protea, is absolutely gigantic, providing a full gigantic net of safety for Protea. And I believe we're not super far off of max slow, and if you really want max slow, that Molt Augmented is absolutely going to get you there. So yeah, that's what Protea is up to. She is extremely good. A thing that is notable is that Larva is usually used in non-Steel Path to grab groups of enemies and bring them all together, and then you cast your 2, which will hit through the Larva and hit every enemy, increasing the multiplier that you can see on it, and that will proc heat every time it fires, and the multiplier will go up and up and up and up, and the enemies will die and die and die and die. So yeah, usually you're always going to have a dispenser down. We'll spawn these enemies in, and then we'll throw down some shields, throw out our 1, throw our 1 again, throw our 1 again, throw our 1 again, and then that is our ability strength. There is our bonus on Gloom. Not that these enemies are going to survive her 1 very well, but there they are. And if you want to just shoot a couple of enemies with her 2, although of course, like I said, it works better on giant groups, but these level 190 bombards, you know, they're not going to survive it very well either, at least not for a particularly long time. And you can, notably, absolutely saturate a battlefield with these things. And as I said, they do provide a stumble as well. And it's quite good. Basically, everything that Protea does, with the exception of her default 4, which is not that bad and could easily be turned into a good ability, everything Protea does is phenomenal. What a stellar Warframe. And in any situation where you're worried you might not survive, for you and your squad, you can drop these shield grenades. These shield grenades will attach to you at range that is moddable, which means even if I'm over here and I lose my shields, one will leap to me and restore my shields. These also attach to allies, making it so that they are hard-pressed to die as well, and that includes your Sentinel. So, and also your pets. So yeah, Protea is excellent. Protea is absolutely phenomenal. She is my favorite frame. Like I said, be careful. Be careful. A bunch of people just got her for free. Don't use her too much. We want her to stay incredible, or at least I do. So yeah, that's the Protea refresh. Enjoy the run. It's just a fantastic time. And I will see you tomorrow. This is the Gloom side. I know everyone. It's Gloom. Oh no. How dare you, Gloom. Gloom is particularly good with Protea, though, because she gets a free 100% strength. All right, here we go. Is Gloom better than Larva for now? It's really comfy for Steel Path. They're both good, though. book you need Gloom for on Protea, though. It's just really good on her.
Scans show Grenier are harvesting Kuva nearby. Set off the alarms to draw them out, then steal their Kuva catalysts. Predictable. As expected, Grenier have shut down the environmental systems, sending modified life support capsules. Use these to sustain your environment or attach Kuva catalysts to begin harvesting.
Oh, we only got the single direction spawns? Oh, wow. That's pretty rare, actually. Actually insanely good for her. Bang, bang, gun. Oh, do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. Triple digits. Triple digits. Oh, man. Triple digits are so funny on that because it doesn't work. Come on, triple digits. No, no, I ran out of enemies. Yes, yes. The improper UI. Shit is hilarious.
Life support incoming.
Yeah, PROTEA is so good. Hello, everyone in this hallway. Goodbye. I'll be over here if you need me. Let's go get some of this air.
Delivered a life support capsule to the area.
I forgot. I have a like open world tier range on her. So like this like amount of range is not necessary for this type of map. So it will kill everyone in like the foreseeable future. I am glad I put another form on her for Prime Sure-Footed, though. It just makes her even more versatile. So is Protea still viable? No. Actually, everyone stop using her. She's my favorite frame. Fucking love Protea. I'm gonna tell you no, just so you all stop fucking playing her. Everyone just got her for free, so I gotta be careful. If you guys start using Protea too much, she might get nerfed. And I don't want that.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Come on, triple digits. Ah, no, we only got to 78 before they were all dead.
That's a big number, LMAO.
Ooh, Para, thank you for the 65-month resub. Fucking much appreciated. But yeah, so the thing here, I should explain, I guess. The thing with, like, Protea and Gloom is that you get a free 100% power strength, which is really good. Like, the free 100% power strength is fantastic for Gloom. So, like, you're pretty much mega easily, you're at 200%. Which 200% is, like, basically the minimum for what I would want to run on Gloom. Plus, we're using the growing power, which gives us another chunk right there. And if you wanted to, you can run like not Aegis, and you can run like new Molt Augmented and stuff for another 60% and have max Gloom. Not that that's necessary at all, but it is a thing that you can do. That enemy is not very weak to heat. All the life support in the world. Are you the last Warframe content creator? No. That is hilarious, though. Yeah, also, like, the constant slash procs from her one. Like, her one in this state, especially if you add Molt Augmented, actually, because it's really, really good then, is actually really good at just, like, clearing content. Malice, you prick. Oops, did the wrong thing. Here we go. He's dead now. Hello, everyone. This hallway. Die. If they nerf Wukong again, then I'll legit be scared for Protea. Wait, why? No one's using Protea like they're using Wukong. That's outrageous. It'd be outrageous to insinuate. The Helminth my Revenant, knowing that he is the most likely prime. I mean, if Helminthing is that expensive for you, I would say hold off. I mean, also, the next prime should be Korra, not Revenant. It should be Korra and then Revenant. Man, playing as Protea. God, I love it so much. I love her dodge. It's so good. Like, I wish I could import this dodge onto every frame in the whole game. Also, I just love the playstyle of Protea of just like setting up a home base. Because that's like really what she's doing. Is like you set up like just zones that are just like raw safety for you, whether it's like shield or stun grenades. And then like you just are like, this area right here, that area is being defended by a turret. Goodbye. And like the heat procs and just like all the heat and slash procs galore. Like amazing energy economy, whatever Helminth you want basically, because she can build for whatever. It's just super nice. A tower defense game, you're not wrong. Also, you might be wondering like why I'm like moving so far back after dropping that. It's so that those enemies are out of the range of my gloom. Usually, it works even better with longer hallways. But basically, I pull into there, and they're all super slowed because I'm nearby. And then I want to get like a little ways back so that more enemies filter into that hallway before my turret's done. Like that's the reason I'm doing that way. Also, the more I'm in that area, the fewer enemies can spawn in that room. This would actually be like a really, really easy, like, this is a really weird spawn, but it would be really easy to manipulate it. I'm gonna have to go grab all of the life support that's in that hallway in a second. Also, Protea's 4 fire, or not 4, her 2 fires very far. And she's great with the Latum, just like every other frame. Protea is Void Armageddon, but good. Yeah, Void Armageddon, but in a completely optional playstyle. We love it when the number goes up. Goodbye every enemy that exists in that direction. Give me all of that delicious, delicious air. Fix her 1 breaking when her shields break. What do you mean? How do you use the bigger map or place waypoints on your controller layout? I don't. Some things must be sacrificed to use a controller. You could toggle it permanently, though. Because there's an option for preferring the large map, which will just always make you in large map mode if that's how you decide to play. Which on controller, that's what I would decide to do. Hello everyone, enjoy that. Sakura, Revenant, Baruch, Wisp, and Hildren. Yeah. That should be correct. Although it will likely... No. It should be Hildren and then Wisp. Right? I believe that's correct. Also, even if the order that it was supposed to be was actually supposed to be... oh, Angst is dead. Whoopsies. You stood in front of my turrets. Bad for you. Even if the order was actually supposed to be Wisp and then Hildren, I bet because they wouldn't want Wisp to be like the first prime of the year, because that's like the quarter where people have the least money because Christmas just happened. So they would probably wait until at least second quarter to have that come out. Everyone got Protea. Everyone got Protea. If you watched the Summer Game Fest stream anyway. But a lot of people did miss out on that, which is notable. A lot of people did not read how to get the free Protea. It's smart to save Wisp for TennoCon. You know, there is actually that distinct possibility. They might... I mean, they could do a big skip like they did with Nova. And announce Wisp Prime as opposed to going for Korra. It's certainly possible, but I think it's unlikely.
It is done, Tenno.
Also, what an easy run. Oh, man. Protea is very good. Protea is very good. Who knew? It's me. I knew. Any chance of them just announcing both? No, they usually announce one Prime Access at a time. This Prime already? That's wild. She's outlandishly popular. I think that they'll wait, though. I think they'll go Korra. And then next year, TennoCon is probably going to be Wisp, right? That would be right. I think that's correct.